No, not throw the ribbing your way.
Yes.
Hey, hello. It is the Go Birds podcast presented by the betParx Sportsbook and Casino app. Elliot Parks, James Seltzer with you. The betParx
What up?
Picks Pod. What up, pal?
Good game this week.
It's a really good game.
Yeah.
In fact, it's funny because the rest of the week is meh, but we have a great start to the week and a great end of the week. The Thursday night game is
Dude, the
awesome.
Thursday night game, like
and the Monday night game is awesome.
So I feel like there's been some hesitation from people just to say it, but Eagles Chiefs is a Super Bowl preview.
Oh,
Someone else could get there, of course, but if you look at the favorites to win the Super Bowl right now, it is the Eagles and the Chiefs.
It's the favorites to win the Super Bowl. It's the top two MVP favorites.
Yes.
It's just
we don't get very many regular season games
this is
like this.
big in terms of hype heading into a game, in terms of matchup. You can't really get much bigger on a, obviously there's different years with different players and things happening, but in the idea of a Super Bowl rematch, which is also the teams that are the number one seeds at that time, halfway into a season the next year.
That are previewed to do it again.
That's about the biggest it gets on a basic level.
Well, so ready for some ultimate spin zone? You hear?
That's what you do, buddy.
Yeah.
You're the king.
Ready for this?
Yes.
So, I'm not going to pick the Eagles to win the game, but I think if they lose, they actually have a better chance of beating them in the Super Bowl. Because you think the Chiefs are going to beat the Eagles 3 straight times? I'd be surprised by that. In all seriousness. If you remove the Eagles and the Chiefs,
I see what
you know how hard it is to
it.
beat a team 3 straight times?
So
I think if they lose on Monday,
it means they're winning the Super Bowl.
This is
a fantastic take.
Right?
This is one of your all-time great takes.
I mean, it's we talk about it with, I guess it's with football with divisional teams in the playoffs, right? And obviously the Eagles did it last year because the Giants are such hot garbage. It didn't matter. But, yeah, I actually think if they lose on Monday, their chance of beating Chiefs in the Super Bowl, you could almost feel better about it.
I love it. That was like...
You like that?
Spinning you around in a circle spin right there. That was
I also don't think if they lose, it'll make me feel any worse about the Eagles.
Oh, I agree. And again, look, it depends on how the game goes.
Yeah, of course.
The beautiful thing is they're winning. So none of this
it
really
won't matter.
Matters. Yes.
Well, then that hurts their chances
We'll
of winning
get to
the
that
Super
game.
Bowl.
Yeah. Well, no, not necessarily.
No? Okay.
I don't think it hurts it. It might not help it.
It'll just keep it the same.
Keep it the same.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it could help in the way that now they know they can beat him.
Yes,
that's the other argument. If they lose them and say, "Oh no, we can't beat these guys."
Here's a last quick question before we get into the lines.
Yes.
If you're Sean Desai, and let's say you have a plan to stop Patrick Mahomes, you have it, and you think this is the best chance I have.
Oh, you save it.
You save it? Okay, that was my question.
At least to a
if you think
point.
you have a wild card plan
If
where it's
you have
no
a
one's
wild
done
card-
this,
I think you have to save it. I think you have to see what you do on your. If you think it's a really, we're talking a way outside the box.
Yeah, exactly. He has
Belichick
a plan
against Goff and McVay in that Super Bowl. Where he's like, all right, I'm waiting this around. I'm going to disguise.
No one's ever done this.
No one's ever done this.
This is my plan.
No idea what I'm doing, and it's totally going to mess him up, and it did.
Right.
Yeah, I think you save it.
You would save it? Okay,
Yeah.
I think so too.
Don't you?
I think so too. I also think you can coach this
Because
game.
it's risky to save it. I get it, but it's also a regular season game against the chance. You're both the favorites.
Right. I think you have to coach this game with the idea that you will be playing this team again.
I agree with you,
Super
or
Bowl.
at least with the idea that there's a decent chance or a real chance that you could. I agree.
Agreed.
All right, let's dive in. Oh. One other thing. I just had yes. Since the last time we talked, it has been confirmed. Taylor will be there. Her family is.
So are we sure Taylor or just the family?
Oh, so it's just that the family.
I've seen the family is going to be there. Now you would assume.
It would be really weird if the family meets and Taylor's not there.
So here's since you brought this up, I'll just say it.
Well, I just had to get because this is your.
Yeah, well, obviously I'm excited about it.
You're going to Kansas City. Check us out on Saturday. It's actually me and Devin Caney filling in for Elliot because he will be gone for Go Birds Radio. So I'm not going to talk to you again before the game.
Yes.
So I want to make sure we got this in there.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
I might call. I might try to call in
microphone.
too.
Oh, I love that.
Because I think I land before the show begins.
Let's do that. That's a great idea. But in terms of us on the mics, hanging out, talking, this is the last time before the game. Where are you at with this?
I'm super excited. I think it's going to be awesome. I would wear the Jason Kelce jersey. And here's what I'll say too. If you are going to Kansas City and you're listening to the pod,
is this plan locked in? Because I want.
Yes, the
beads.
Yes.
Okay. Tell them what you're doing.
Yeah.
Tell them what you're doing.
So I don't know how many I'll have, but me and Kristen's coming on the trip. It's her birthday coming up. Very excited.
Adorable. I love it.
We are making Go Birds Taylor Swift friendship.
Damn right you are, buddy.
Go Birds era, WIP era.
I love it.
She had a good one. There's a lyric. It's "Don't blame me, my love makes me crazy" or something. It's "Don't blame me, my love made me Casey."
Oh,
you get that? Yeah,
that's great.
So we got a bunch of good ones lined up. So if you're coming on the trip and you see us, I'm gonna make extra. I don't know how many I'll be able to make, but I prefer to give them out to a real one.
Yes. If you come up and say I'm a real one, can I have a bracelet? If he has one,
I will carry them around with me to the events. So hopefully maybe 10 I'll have, which I think is a good number.
Yeah.
So
maybe
Go Birds era
more.
would be a good one.
Yeah, I think it's great. Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Phil. We met a real one last night.
We did.
Shout out to Phil. Like, I was awesome. Big fan.
Very good with names.
Anthony's brother, who I know. Anthony's a great dude who works.
It's just absurd how good you are with names.
I know.
It's just absurd.
It's actually silly.
It's a good time. It's like
it's a really good
unbelievable.
I know.
And are you? I feel like you're good with other memory things too.
I have a really good memory.
Yeah, it's
and
good.
It's for certain things. I'm really good with like phone numbers, scores, dates, stuff like.
Yes.
I'm really good with all that kind of stuff. And but names is my names is where I feel like I'm like a lot of people have good memory. I feel like I'm like elite at names.
You are without question elite at names. It's not even a question. I mean, like meeting Phil was awesome, but. We talked to him for like 10 minutes. Like, it was fun, but it wasn't like we went like a 2-day vacation with him.
Shout out to Phil.
Yeah, it was very cool. Good job remembering the name.
Thank you. All right, let's dive in. We got a lot of games to get through as we are going to pick every game on the slate here, and we're starting with a great one. Again, I think the bookends this week are
I'm excited
awesome.
for this one.
Yeah, the in-between's not as great, but the bookends are great. The Bengals at the Ravens, a massive game tonight. Both teams coming off tough losses. I mean, both close games. Obviously, the Ravens blowing it to the Browns at the end there, and they blew it. I mean, they were
completely, yeah. And I thought the game was over.
The Bengals just got beat by Houston. Houston just beat them. Bengals a 3.5-point dog in Baltimore tonight. Elliott Shore Park.
So I want to make something clear. I do not believe in the Ravens. I think the Eagles would beat the Ravens, and this is gonna sound both sides of my mouth, but I think the Ravens are the team, other than the Chiefs, I think have the best chance going to the Super Bowl, just because I think the AFC is not as good as maybe we thought it was going to be coming into the year. And I think they're also a good regular season team. So I'm going to pick the Ravens.
They're great at home, too.
Yeah, and they're home. Yeah.
Taking the Bengals.
Wow. Okay. Well, they need it more. They definitely need it more.
This is the way I look at this is the Bengals are done. Like, they're not technically done, but if they lose this game, the Bengals are in
I agree. That's a really good point.
Trouble in that division. And honestly, more than anything, if it had been 2.5, I maybe would have reconsidered whatever.
Oh, yeah,
the extra half point. Like, I think there's a really good chance it's a 3-point game one way or the other.
You're kind of tempting me here.
So I feel good about the Bengals.
I'll stick with the Ravens, but I think your logic is good.
Yeah, but again, I wouldn't be shocked if the Ravens won the game. So
yeah.
I don't feel it's not a wouldn't it, even if you were on my side, it wouldn't have been a parlay game for me. But
well, we don't do Thursday parlays.
Oh, we don't anyway. Yeah, but either way, even if it were a Sunday game, I wouldn't pick it as a parlay. I'm not that confident in it, but I do like the Bengals. All right, let's get to Sunday. It's kind of a fun game.
This feels low to me.
I know.
Am I crazy?
Well, I know, but the Cardinals play. I mean, they're in.
Oh, sorry, I was looking a game ahead. My bad.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. Okay. That one.
Well,
yes.
Actually, this one.
So the next one feels crazy low to me.
Yeah,
and
right.
It's lock parlay game. I guess Fields will be
unless
back.
It's
we'll
like a Vegas thing. Yeah.
But I think it's kind of a fun, frisky game. Like
I agree.
I know Arizona's bad, but the Arizona at the Texans. Arizona 5-point dog against Houston. Like I'm not as
feels like
Kyler
a come down
back,
game for the Texans.
Yeah, it does with Kyler back. Like if nothing else, like like a lot of the games we're gonna talk about will not have two like watchable quarterbacks.
Yes,
so
I agree.
I don't hate. I never thought we'd be sitting here in week 11. I'd be like kind of excited for the Cardinals Texans game.
While I'm out on Kyler, if Kyler can be good for them the final 8 games, that changes a lot of things for the Cardinals. Because then their draft pick. Now, granted, you'll win more games if he's good.
Well, the problem is they have the Houston pick, and they thought that was going to be the good one. It's not. Like they are in a perilous spot if they want a quarterback, and they might not. Maybe
they might not need one, but I think
they need one.
I think I'm gonna take the Texans. I think this is a come down game, but like man, CJ Stroud is so good.
CJ Stroud's
and it's home.
Awesome.
Like
we told you, CJ Stroud.
Yeah, we did say that.
We're gonna be against each other in 2 straight. I'm gonna take the Cardinals.
That's not good
because it's a really weird line. Like this feels like it should be Texans by a touchdown, and it's not.
Yeah,
and that throws me off. And again, it does feel like a comedown game. I think the Texans win, but it feels like they're winning all these games close. They haven't blown out any team. They won by 2 weeks ago. They won by a field goal over the Bengals or something?
Yeah, they're good. So, I was wrong about D'Amico Ryans.
Oh, they're good.
Yeah.
The Texans are legit. D'Amico's good. CJ Stroud is great.
Yep.
They've got dudes. I think like Nico Collins is good. He'll be back. Like they got some guys, but I'm going to take the points even though I don't think Arizona wins. All right. This is a parlay game to me. Maybe there's a reason it's so low. I mean, I guess Justin Fields is coming back. That helps. But the Bears are only a 7.5-point underdog in Detroit.
And Fields might not even help.
We did the guess the line thing,
the
Bill Cousin Sal thing. We did it for a little bit here and there. Like if you had asked me to guess the line without knowing it, like I would have said like Lions by like 10.5.
Yeah, 9.
Like 11.
Yeah.
Or
Agreed.
Like that.
Agreed.
So, like, this feels like a no doubt about it.
Parlay game.
Yeah. Only reason I'm nervous is it's not higher. Like it's which feels.
I'll do parlay though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. So that's a lot.
Division game, so that's a little tricky, but
I mean the Bears are bad. Man.
Yeah.
Bears are bad. All right. Cowboys at the Panthers. Ugh.
10.5. So Hugh Douglas thinks the Panthers are winning this game.
Yeah, he said outright.
Yeah. I can't decide how much he believes
Frank
it.
So Frank Reich is taking back play calling this week. I don't know what that does for you. Frank was a good play caller here for what it's worth. I mean, Doug called the plays.
Yeah, but I don't. But also, for what it's worth, Frank Reich was calling the plays earlier in the year too. It wasn't like he wasn't calling them this year, right?
I'm just saying what I saw tweeted.
No, but I'm pretty sure he gave him up 3 weeks ago, and now he took him back. Like
I think the Panthers are awful.
I think the Cowboys win the game.
Cowboys are
obviously.
front runners. I'm going to take the Cowboys. I'm going to lay the points. This is what the Cowboys do. They beat bad teams.
Okay, I agree.
Don't you think?
And they already have their bad loss. They lost to the Cardinals.
I appreciate you, and he knows more about football than I ever will.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree. I'm going to take the Cowboys.
I think I'm always going to take the Cowboys to cover against
Parlay?
a bad team. Maybe. I'll put it in there. We can maybe take it out.
Okay.
All right.
I really like this next one.
I do too. Chargers at Packers.
Do you want to say we like on the count of 3?
3-point favorite in Green Bay. Sure. 1, 2, 3.
Chargers. Beautiful.
Right, I guess we'll put it on there.
That's a parlay one.
Hate putting the Chargers in a parlay.
I know.
But they're in there for now.
The Packers. I mean, I could say, I guess maybe the Chargers at Lambeau is a little weird, but
so there's another line that I don't like. I don't get these lines this week. They kind of feel off to me. Raiders at the Dolphins. If you had asked me to guess going in here, I would have said probably like a 10.5 for the Dolphins.
Oh, it's not far.
It's 13.5. That's 3.
True, but I'm saying, yeah.
Like, let's put it this way: if I was gonna guess 2 and it was 5, you'd be like, wow, that's way off. Or I was a pick 'em. It's 3. What?
Yeah.
So I guess because it's high at the, but like, I don't know. It seems like a lot of points. The Raiders have won 2 straight. They've won for Antonio Pierce.
I feel like they beat bad teams.
The
though,
Dolphins,
right?
Sure, but I don't think the Raiders are winning this game. It seems like a lot of points. I'm gonna take the points.
All right, I'm gonna take the Dolphins.
Good.
Yeah,
I like that. You were ready for that.
I think the Raiders are coming down to like.
I'm sure they are, but I don't know. Like it seems
they're not that talented.
It seems they're 5-5. It seems, or 5-4, whatever they are.
Right.
It seems.
Get it out. Here we go.
Like they hated Josh McDaniels more than any team has ever hated a coach.
Well,
like basically like Devontae Adams. I didn't see that quote before we recorded last week.
Right.
But he was basically like they were about the cigars. He was basically like, yeah, we were miserable. Like,
yeah.
We hated
everything.
Again,
I think there's an argument he might be the worst head coach of all time.
He might be.
Yeah, just like from a vibe and records perspective.
So I mean, Hugh Jackson comes on.
I don't think the players hated Hugh Jackson.
Wait, you just said worst head coach.
Yeah, but I think you have to take into account.
The guy went 0-16.
Okay, for sure.
And was like, what was he, like 1-40 or whatever?
I would rather have Hugh Jackson.
I don't think I would, but I get your point.
Yeah.
I think McDaniels is in the discussion, but like it's hard to argue with like 3-52 or whatever.
For sure.
Jackson was, or 3-40 or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna take the Raiders. Okay, we did that.
Yes.
Next one, Giants at the Commanders.
Commanders.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's 9, but like
it's 9 points.
The Giants are horrendous.
Are the football. Yeah.
Are they starting Tommy DeVito again?
Yeah.
All right, then I'm definitely taking the Commanders. Honestly, I would maybe like if you want to do a on your own like bump the lineup like. I don't think it's like a stretch to move this to like 20 just for fun.
Yeah, should we put it in the parlay?
Yeah.
I'm with you. Like I would lay any amount of points against.
Yeah,
them.
I really think this
could. If I have a competent offense going against them, like which Sam Howell's
putting up numbers. Yeah.
Like I just think they're always going to outscore them. Always.
I agree.
So yeah, I actually feel pretty good about that one. I hate that it's Washington -9, but I feel good about it. All right, this next one. This is a fun game. This is probably the next one. Now, fun is relative term. It'll probably be very ugly to watch, but it's a game that matters.
Well, these two fan bases will like it.
Yeah, the Steelers at the Browns. The Steelers are 1-point dog in Cleveland. Deshaun Watson out for the season. Come at the king, you best not miss. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, amen. True.
The king in this case is Elliott Shore-Parks.
Yes.
Suck it,
Training
Deshaun,
camp stats don't lie. Here's what I would say. I think Deshaun Watson.
Also, don't force yourself a little bit.
Yeah. Well, right.
Yeah.
So Cleveland Browns. I think are going to be better without Deshaun Watson.
Well,
I think
we both agree.
It's a relief that he's gone. I think they're going to win the game.
I am going to take the Browns too. I think the Browns defense is by far the single best thing in this game.
Yes, and I think Kenny Pickett, as much as I've held on,
I don't think the Steelers will be able to score against the Browns. So I'm going to take the Browns in that one too. I
think it's
feel
a
good
relief
enough for a parlay, but I think I'm with you on the Browns. All right, Titans at the Jags. The Titans a 7-point dog in Jacksonville.
I'm going to take the Jags, coming off a bad, obviously lost to San Francisco.
Back, and Tennessee's bad.
Would you rather have Will Levis or Kenny Pickett?
Will Levis.
I think I might be there, too. Yeah. At least, like, there's more of an unknown with him. I'm a little more in on him than I was before the draft.
He's got,
I'll put this way. I'd rather have him than Bryce Young.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I'm out on Bryce.
Yeah, I'm
so
out
little.
on Bryce too. Yeah.
Again, when that story came out earlier in the year that they couldn't run QB sneaks with him because of how small he was, that was like a small hands Pickett for me. That
Right.
was when I read that stat to you about how Mike Vick was the only player with hands as small as Kenny Pickett to ever have success in the NFL.
Right.
I was like, that's the kind of, and Mike Vick is Mike Vick. Like, that's the kind of thing where I'm like, that hits me. This is one of those things where I'm like, that hits me.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Let's get to the rest of the games in a minute. So we're both on the Browns in that one. Or, I'm sorry, both on the Jags on that one. Download the betParx Sportsman.
Yes.
I mean, that's why we're here. That's what we're doing. It's the whole. Every once in a while, I'll get like the what are we doing here?
Well, so
What are we doing here? If you're not using this app, it's week 11. Let's
so
go.
I heard John Ritchie talking about
Shout out John Ritchie,
betParx.
a Parks,
Yes.
a Parksman.
yes,
Himself.
and he made a point that I thought was interesting that I have probably said and he has said, but really hit home with me. Like, we talk so much about Philadelphians as like we love the city, we love the teams. Like betParx is a local.
I love this.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's
Like,
love our
They
casino.
are local.
Yes.
like there is something to be said for supporting somebody within your own
It's a
community.
great point.
They're in the Go Birds community. They are a local team. Team, I guess, Like, download the app and use them
It's a
over
great,
other people.
great point. And again, they've got everything anyone else has. You can bet on
Yeah,
all these
literally
games.
all the exact same
Everything.
things.
All the stuff. And it's the app is great. It's easy to use. It's intuitive.
Yeah.
And again, you can bet on so much fun stuff. Bet on all these games we're watching. I always say it's so much more fun to watch them when you got some action on it, which is flat out truth. You also bet on player performances. I always joke about it, but it's true. Like, fantasy sucks, man. Like, fantasy
I
sucks.
agree.
The beginning of the year, you have to say, all right, I'm going to draft this team, and then anything can happen to these guys. Like, oh, my guy tore his ACL. Well, there goes my team.
Yeah.
Like, you know what you could do when you're betting? Not bet on that guy. Bet on the next
You don't
guy.
have to.
Bet on anyone.
You don't have to like hate a player
You-
because all year he's torn you down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can make your bet at 12:57 on Sunday.
Yes.
Hey, guess what? This guy's definitely playing. He's in the lineup.
Yes,
Like
100%.
Like, it's just so much more fun to bet this way. You can win more money. You can win it instantly. It is a blast, and the app is great. And here's a great deal: new users. If you make a $10 winning bet, your first bet, a $10 winning bet, you get $125 in sports bonus back. It is a great deal. All the terms and conditions are at betParx.com. You must be 21 and present in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Ohio, or Maryland. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, next game as we move on to the 4 o'clock slate. Those were all 1 o'clock games prior. First week in a while, we haven't had a Europe game,
Yeah, you're right.
so I'm fine with that. Especially you're going to be a 2-hour difference. It probably would have been really.
Is it 2? I
early.
think it's 1.
Is it only 1?
I think it's 1.
I thought it was 2. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because
You
the game started at noon there.
You would know better than I
Yeah.
would, buddy.
Well,
I
honestly, not really.
well, you've been to Arrowhead.
No, I know. I feel like you know these things. More
Yeah,
than
you're
I
right.
do.
I'm better at
Yeah.
that general kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right, the Bucks at the Niners. The Bucks 11.5-point road dog.
I mean, look, it pains me to do it, but I think I'm going to take the
Take the
Niners.
Niners.
I think
But-
they're
but I
like
also wouldn't
they
be
might
shocked
be
if they're-
about to go on a bit of a run
After
here.
that blowout last week, I wouldn't be shocked if they like kind of let up a little bit at home against Tampa
Maybe
Bay. But
Tampa might be underrated,
Tampa,
but I'm going to take the
especially
Niners.
because they have a Thursday night game coming up. So
Yeah,
in the Niners, which Seahawks Niners coming up on Thursday, coming off that big win against the Jags. Like,
it's a good
it
point.
is possible that it's a letdown spot.
Man,
but
Seahawks Niners. I'm pumped for that one.
Yeah, that's a good Thursday
That'll be a
night
good.
game.
Yeah, 2 really good ones.
But I'm going to. I agree with you. I'm just presenting the possibility. This is why it wouldn't be a parlay game for me.
Yeah,
All right, Jets at Bills. The Bills is 7-point home favorite.
my Buffalo Bills.
Your Bills.
Whoops.
Whoopsie.
I know.
No, it's all right.
Look,
we hand up on this.
look. They turn the ball over a lot. The Jets have a good defense. I think I'm gonna still take the Bills.
I am this week too for a
Yeah.
specific reason. Like, this is the rematch from the game 1 of the season.
it was
It
like
was
their
such a-
whole season.
It was
too.
such a big deal that was made about it and all that. Like, I just think the Bills will show up for this game. I think they're going to take
If
this
the-
one. They're gonna want to win this game.
If the Bills lose this game, like you almost have to like fire Sean McDermott.
Maybe.
Like not in season,
They
but
just
it's
fired
over
Ken
at this
Dorsey.
point. Yeah,
They literally
yeah.
just fired their offensive coordinator. I'm with you. I'll take the Bills. Obviously not a parlay game. All right,
Dude, how about this line?
wild line?
Yeah,
Honestly, is there something we don't know?
I wonder. I mean, like, as you want to say the
Seahawks
game,
are
yeah.
in Los Angeles against the Rams, and the Seahawks are a half-point favorite. It's basically a pick-em.
I mean, I'm assuming Geno's playing. Like,
I just don't.
and I guess this must mean Stafford's playing,
sure.
unless it's Carson.
Oh, I think the line is very different.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to take the Seahawks, but I can't put this in the parlay because
No, I'm staying away from this one.
This is like honestly, like, if you are one of those people who likes to go by the line, like, you should bet the Rams.
Yeah, I
take the
agree with
Seahawks,
that,
and
yeah.
I can't bring myself to do it.
But it's not even fun to bet the Rams.
Well, that's the point. But yeah, because there's no you don't get any
right.
money
There's no
line
juice.
where-
Yeah.
Look.
You like that?
Our boy.
Thank you.
I'm so proud
like
of
that.
you.
That was
I can't
good.
tell you the way you talk about gambling compared to the way you did when we started.
Bookie
is-
ESP.
my heart is full.
Thank you.
So, yeah, we'll take the Seahawks, but this is a stone cold stay away from.
Agreed.
All right, 2 more games, one of which we know and we'll get to in a sec. But Sunday night game, not a great one, but not
Broncos
as bad as I thought.
Yeah.
Both teams that are all of a sudden in the playoff picture.
Both definitely fake good, but good enough to make it interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Minnesota is a playoff team right now. So Minnesota at the Broncos. Minnesota is 2.5-point road dog in Denver. Basically saying these teams are even with the way they do this now.
I'm going to take Denver. I mean, better head coach, better quarterback, I think.
I don't think they have a better quarterback. I would take Josh.
You don't? Okay.
I would take Josh Dobbs over Russell Wilson right now.
I don't know. Russell Wilson's been better than people think this year.
Oh, he has.
Yeah.
He has, but Josh Dobbs has been great at times.
Josh Dobbs has been great for Josh Dobbs, I think.
He's been great in Minnesota for 2 weeks.
Okay,
he's been
fair.
better than Russell.
That's fair.
Man, I don't like this game at all.
Well, you got to pick, unfortunately.
I know I do. I'll go with the Broncos with you, but I don't feel good about that one at all. All right,
fair.
last one, Eagles and Chiefs. I think we've already pretty much made it clear which way we're going on this.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs.
I'm taking the Eagles.
All right.
To cover.
A pod divided.
To win.
Yes.
To all of it.
What's the money line for the Eagles?
Plus 123. So they are a 2.5-point dog. So it is nice if they do lose by 3, I still win over you.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or no, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. I need them to lose by 2. If they win by 3, you win.
Right.
That's not great.
I just look, like I said,
Eagles are winning the game.
I think it's a really tough spot.
Eagles
are
winning.
Very tough spot. And the Chiefs are very good.
Eagles are winning the game.
Yeah. There's no shame in losing to the Chiefs in Kansas City.
Winning the game. We don't need to talk about shame or whatever. Here we go. Options for the parlay.
Oh, right. Okay.
We got to pick the parlay.
Yeah.
So we have 4 in here. We don't have to pick them all, but we have 4 in here.
Okay. There's one I think we didn't like.
Yeah. Lions minus 7.5.
I like that one.
Home versus the Bears. That's a lock. The Dallas one, we weren't sure about at first. Dallas is a 10.5-point favorite at Carolina. I still like it.
Yeah, I'm all right with that one.
Chargers minus 3 at Green Bay. We don't love putting the Chargers in a parlay, but
that would probably be the one I would take out because I really like the third one.
I love Washington.
Yeah, I love Washington. Yeah.
So do we get rid of the Chargers? Let's try and win this week.
I think get rid. It was.
Oh God. So we have a parlay with the Cowboys and Washington.
Yeah, it's why you need to watch the video. What's it at? Probably like +4.
No, it's more than that. It is plus 582.
Boom.
I think we should do
That's our losing zone right there.
And here's the thing. Like, you know, we've just been losing all the time. Like, may as well go against the grain and put Dallas in there.
I agree. All
right. So our official parlay for the week, Detroit minus 7.5. Dallas minus 10.5.
Yeah.
Washington minus 9. I actually love Washington minus 9. Like,
I
again,
agree.
I do not think the Giants can score on anyone. So.
Which means we all know by 3:30 on.
It's over.
Yeah, it's done,
Giants
win.
Congratulations.
What a job by Dable.
Well, the funny thing is, I say congratulations, Giants, but there's not a single Giants fan who wants his team to win. So,
yeah, you're right.
You know, like it's like lose them all, but
yes.
And it is a little dangerous because like Carolina, one loss team, that's the Bears, right? So they get that pick, but then it's 3-2 loss teams fighting right now. Arizona, the Giants, and New England. The Giants and New England play in a couple weeks. Arizona is not losing, is winning more games.
Right.
Arizona will win a game or two along the way here. Like, a little nervous about the Giants getting like a top 2-3 pick.
I think they will. And I think it's funny about the Giants tanking. Like, if I was their owners, I would go to Dable and be like, no, man, like, keep doing what you're doing.
Keep doing what you're doing,
Keep doing like it's. No, don't tank. Yeah,
they did. I mean, like Tyrod Taylor. It feels like maybe he could have played. They're like,
well, I'm just saying. I don't think they will. I don't think they're capable of winning more than 2 more games.
They might not.
They will try their absolute.
Certainly not with DeVito. If Tyrod Taylor plays again, I think they could win a game here.
Yeah, maybe. Well, they're definitely not winning any with DeVito.
They're winning.
They might win
games.
Yeah.
Again, I've said it all week. He's the worst quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
I would put the over under on their wins for the rest of the season at like 1.5.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
If not,
and I would take the under. Well, yeah, it'd be 1.5. I'd take the under. Half. I'd take the over. But I think they win another game. I don't think they're.
Agreed.
Maybe not. All right. You got to go. Got to get to practice.
Yes.
Saturday, 1 to 3. Me and Devin Caney. Elliot's going to call in.
We'll call
have him
in
on
off
here
the
at
plane.
some point. We'll have him on for a while, and then talk to our ones, and then we'll figure out our post game.
We'll do a post game pod.
Yeah,
at some
time
point. There will be a pod post game.
We'll figure out how
there will be a post game pod.
Yeah,
just a matter of when.
Yeah. All right. Until then.